What's up, everybody? It's Ange here. I am Ange, the amputee, because I am missing my left leg, and I am here to tell you some more of my stories. So if you haven't watched the first few videos on how I initially became an amputee, you might want to go back and watch them because I'm going to touch on my fourth and fifth amputations in this video. So up to this point, I had a lot of crazy stuff happen, and I was doing well for a few years, and with as far as my stump goes and my amputation, they had gotten rid of the infection and all that stuff, so that was good. But I developed something called a neuroma. Actually, there was a couple of neuromas, and it's basically like a massive scar tissue that grows on the end of your nerve that has been severed. So it can be very, very painful. They're very sensitive, and they can really impede the process of using a prosthetic. So I had to get those surgically removed. So they went in there and they took off about an inch of soft tissue and kind of reshaped the end of the stump, and also took out those neuromas. So that was great. It was a successful surgery, and we continued on. That was in, I believe it was 2021. So anyways, then I ended up having a total knee replacement in 2023, the beginning of 2023, and that was crazy. Had a lot of complications with that, but nevertheless, we're here now. And anyways, got to keep the one leg I have good, so that's good. But then the fifth amputation, that's what I was trying to get to, is this past, I think it was the end of February, first part of March of this year. So it's been, I don't know, 3.5, 4 months-ish, something like that. They had to take off more of my leg. I had a couple of neuromas, which is very common, but when they got in there, there was a lot of other stuff that was going on. So the bottom inch of my leg bone, of the femur bone, had actually died. And so it was necrotic tissue and everything there. So they had to get rid of that. So they went in, they took out the neuromas, realized that my bone had died, and cut off another inch of my femur bone. And then they found, after they cut that off, that the inside of my bone was filled with antibiotic beads that were from 2016. They should have dissolved, but they didn't. So again, this is from one of the first stories of how I ended up like this. So yeah, I had, just tiny little recap, had a lot of infection in my bones, and so they had to do 4 bone cleanouts, and they would pack that full of antibiotic cement, those bones. They would take out the marrow, the infection, and everything, and they would pack it full of this antibiotic beads. It's like a cement that helps kind of reinforce the actual bone so that it doesn't get super weak, and also helps fight the infection from the inside. And they put an antibiotic spacer in between in my knee and had me on a PICC line. So that's just kind of a recap from where I was at in 2016. So apparently these specific beads did not dissolve like they normally would with a person or whatever. So I was full of antibiotic cement beads that needed to come out. I always had pain in my femur and could never understand exactly why I was dealing with this deep bone pain. I thought it was just because the bones were so damaged because they had 4 bone cleanouts, etc., full of infection, whatever. You just kind of, it's full of arthritis, things like that. You just kind of, you don't really know what to think at that point when you deal with pain like this every day. It's sort of like, well, what do I need to ask about? Like, you don't know. You kind of, you're kind of in the dark that way. So anyways, they ended up doing a bone clean out. This was about 3.5 months ago or so, and getting out all the rest of those antibiotic beads that were no longer, they didn't have any antibiotics left in them, obviously. It had been so many years. And anyways, they cleaned out the inside of the bone, and then they did, it's sort of like microneedling on your bone, where it basically stimulates the bone to like circulate better, like the blood circulation to the bone better. So because that bottom inch had died, they wanted to stimulate better blood circulation. But it's by far been the most successful of my amputations, and I'm really looking forward to getting fit for my socket this week. And yeah, we're gonna try this leg, and being approved for a C leg, knowing that it's more stable and that people have an easier time using it, that just means the world to me. I feel so grateful. I know that not everyone has that opportunity to do those kinds of things, and I just really do feel very, very fortunate, and I'm grateful for all of you out there. I just want to say thank you for being here. It means a lot. This is extremely therapeutic for me to get on here and share my experiences, whether they're good or whether they're negative, and just explain how I've kind of navigated through them. I want to make sure that everybody knows that you matter. What you say, what you do, it all matters. Going through really hard things kind of makes you, it awakens you to like a deeper purpose. It can. And in my case, it did. It awakened me to like the impact that I have on people, the impact that I have on those around me. And I always want to impact for good. And I hope I'm making sense. I just like jumped on and started talking. So I was all excited because I went and got a soda, and now I've got caffeine in me. And so yeah, anyways, my dirty Dr. Pepper, it's making my day. So, and if you haven't gotten a Dr. Pepper with coconut and coconut cream in it, you have to. It's so good. If you're a soda drinker, it will change your life. I'm telling you, it will change your life. So anyways, have a great day. Thanks for joining me. If you haven't already, please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. It honestly really helps the channel. I'd really like to get my messages out there to people. I'd really like to help as many as I can possibly help. And you guys have a good day. Take care. Side note, this is my soda. Meet my soda. This is my happy. This is my happy. I love it. Cheers.